Isom. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis Isom. Today, live, I want to talk about things you should know when it comes to property. I want to talk about 7 places that you should not buy your property. 7 places that you should not buy your property. That's what I was talking on today, Sunday live. I've been consistent in doing this live for every Sunday now. So today I want to talk about these 7 places. 7 places you should not buy your property. And I will give you case study. I will make reference to what is happening now so that you should be aware. I have about 7 places I've listed in my book here. So that's what I'll be sharing. Number 1 place you should not buy your property is place where there is crisis. Where there is crisis, don't think of buying any property there. Even if you're my enemy, I will not advise you to go and buy property in some places in the north. I will not advise you, because I have clients who we are based in the north, and when the crisis started, they were looking for those who will buy their property, and to date they have not found. And one mistake we always make, or which we've grown up to believe, even though it's lie, people will tell you that property do not depreciate. That is not true. I'm telling you now, in case you don't know, property depreciates. Say land property appreciate. No, that is not true. Let me give you a case study. Okay, we have some people who are alive. If you're alive, if you like what I'm doing, just give me a like button. Let me ask you a simple question. You can put it in the comment section. Will you buy a property where there is crisis? And if you have a property where there's crisis, you know what happened? The people that want to sell their property will be much, then those that want to buy will be less. So because of that, the demand will be less. And for you to go out of this, what you just need to do is for you to see how you can sell at a distress sale. So if you think property do not depreciate, that's not true. Property depreciate, because those people have a couple of clients who have house in the north. They've moved because of the crisis, but they are still looking for those who will buy. But people are not buying. So number 1 place which I'm advising you that you should not buy property is buying property where there is crisis. Don't do that. No matter how it's okay, you will say, okay, the crisis will stop, but do you know when it will stop? Do you know when it will stop? So to avoid that, I will strongly recommend that you should not buy property where there is crisis. Try to make sure that you buy property where there is no crisis. That's number 1 place I will not advise you to buy property. Then number 2 place I will not advise you to buy property is, don't buy property where there is natural disasters. For example, some parts in the okay, let's assume there's volcano eruption, there's earthquake. I will not advise you to buy property in that, even though they don't have earthquake in Nigeria, but there's some other natural disaster that happen in Nigeria. Those kind of places, I will not recommend you buy property in that houses. Then number 3 places where I will not advise you to buy property is where there is pollution. Let me make an example to what is happening in Port Harcourt, for instance. Port Harcourt and other places, where there's oil pollution, there's air pollution. And if that problem is not solved now, let me tell you what will happen. People will start moving away from that direction. People will start moving away from that location, and the number of people that want to sell their property will be high. And when it is high, and the number of people that want to buy will be low. So that will make people to start selling at a distress sale. Let me just buy, let me just move out of this location. And you get to a point that people will not want to buy again. That's the sincere truth. So try to avoid where there's pollution, whether it is air pollution, whether there is land pollution, even though it might look juicy, but it will affect because at the same end the buyers will be lesser than, I mean, the seller will be higher than the buyer, and that will make the property to depreciate in value. Try to avoid these places. Then that's number 3. Number 4 places where you should not buy property. You should not buy property where there is high tension, where there is pipeline, where there is railway. If you must buy property around that houses, at least according to the standard, you need to give at least 25-meter setback. 25-meter setback. That is where you try to put that 25-meter setback to avoid disasters. So imagine you buying property where where pipeline flow through. It's not a good thing. I see a lot of places in Lagos where there is pipeline, and where there is pipeline and it is not a good thing. You having a house beside a pipeline is not a good thing, which you should do. So avoid buying property where there's pipeline, where there's high tension, and where there is also railway. Try to, at least if you must buy, let it be 25-meter away. Then the next one I want to make reference to it is buying property close to the express. People always say, I want my property to be close to the road, I want to be close to the road. Let me let you know this. I know you want the property to be close to the road, but you must understand that there are some rules which the government have put in place, and which, if you buy property too close to the road, you will not be given building approval. So let me tell you the rule you need to follow. If you must buy property close to the road, take note of this, especially Federal Road or Truck A Road or Truck B Road. Let me give you the standard. For Truck A Road, you need to give at least 45 meters away from the express before your building will be approved. Then for Truck B Road, you need to give at least 9 to 15 meters away from the express before your building will be approved. So take note of this. Truck A Road, 45 meters away. Truck B Road, you need to give at least 9 to 15 meters away before your building will be approved. So even if you want to buy, you want to do commercial stuff, and take note of this. Especially if it's Truck A or Truck B Road, try to make sure that you give enough setback, and you can't just buy one plot and you want to do, no, it will not work that way, because it will eat your land. So, but make sure that it have 45 meters away for Truck A Road, then 9 to 15 meters away for Truck B Road. So then the last one I want to make reference to is buying an interstate or inter-country land, that is boundary land. It is not advisable, especially if those land have disputes, like for what is happening between Nigeria and Cameroon. Imagine you buying land in that place. The government is trying to look who have this, who don't have this, and you are buying land in that location. It is not a good approach. If you do that, there's tendency that you might lose your land, and they might lead to crisis, it might lead to so many things. So these are the 7 places which I'm sharing with you in today's life that you should not buy property in. Let me repeat it again. Number 1, I make reference to don't buy property where there's crisis. Number 1. Number 2, don't buy property where there's natural disasters. Don't buy property where there's high tension, pipeline, railway. That's number 3. If you must buy, give at least 25 meters away from these facilities. Then number 4, don't buy property close to the express. Close to the express. If you must do that, for Truck A Road, give at least 45 meters. For Truck B Road, give at least 9 to 15 meters away from the express. Then the last one I make reference to is don't buy property on an inter-border, or don't buy property on inter-country border, to avoid you missing that land, because it might lead to crisis, and if it's not well defined. But make sure you do your research very well before you buy property in these areas. I hope what I've shared with you, you have a good knowledge on what to do, where to buy property and where not to buy property. Then I will do another video after this video. I don't just want to mix the two videos together. There's a video which I'm going to do after this, which will be on not all property. Imagine you having, let me give an example. You have a property, you have 15 million, I want to buy property. Should you buy a land, or is it a good idea to buy an apartment? I will be comparing the advantage and disadvantage of buying this type of property and buying that type of property. So I will do comparison. So after this video, I will do that other video to be live too. So but make sure that you watch that video too, so that you can have idea. My name is Dennis Song. What I do is to give you idea, is to give you property that have the potential of appreciating very fast. That is what I do. In case you want to buy property, especially in Lagos assets, the right person to talk to is Dennis Ison. Check this the down part of the description of this video. You're going to see my contact. You can contact my MTN or my Airtel, and I'm here to guide you properly. I don't just sell property, I educate you and guide you properly on, so that you don't fall into wrong transaction, so that you choose the right property to buy. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you have not clicked on the bell to subscribe, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for always coming to my channel. I thank you. If you're watching this stuff, this live video, please kindly click on the like button, support the ministry. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to my channel once again. Thank you.